Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Drielle for those who don't know me, and I teach English as a second language. I teach you how to communicate in English with quality and confidence. In today's video, I'm not gonna teach you English, but I'm gonna answer some questions that I asked my followers on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to follow me there. So a couple weeks ago, I asked my followers to send me questions that I would answer on a video for YouTube, and that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm gonna answer some of the questions that you guys sent me. I wouldn't be able to answer all of the questions, but I chose some that, it's our questions. But before I start, I'd like to ask you to subscribe if you're not a subscriber and to thumbs up this video because that will help me a lot. I am on other social media such as Instagram, podcast. I have a lot of links that I'm gonna leave in the description box down below. Now, without further ado, let's start. Some of these questions were sent in Portuguese, but I have such a hard time translating Portuguese to English and English to Portuguese. You have no idea. That messes up my brain. But I'm gonna do my best, okay? So, do you live in Austin, Texas? No, I don't live in Austin, Texas. I live in Austin area. What does that mean? It means that Austin is a big city, but around Austin there are cities too. There are other cities, small cities, big cities, whatever. So I live in a city north Austin, which is probably 40 minutes from Austin considering traffic. No, actually, if you consider traffic, it would be around 1 hour. So I live in a city north Austin. So here in Austin, in the city of Austin, you have a lot of other cities surrounding Austin. Like we have Round Rock, Pflugerville, we have Georgetown, we have Leander, Cedar Park, we have Hutto, we have Buda, and so forth. There are so many other cities you would not believe. Yeah, but I live in Austin area. I live in Georgetown, Texas. So did it Did it take you long to get used to the unit system? Yeah. So did it take long for you to get used to the unit system in the USA? So if you don't know, the United States of America, it's different from every other country because they like to be different. I don't know. So all of the unit systems here that are the unit system measure are different. So in Brazil and pretty much the rest of the world, they do kilometers. Here we do miles. We don't do kilograms, we do pounds. We do inches and feet, and then for temperature we do Fahrenheit and not Celsius. So yes, it took me a bit to just get used to the system. But the hardest one is temperature for sure. Sometimes I look at the weather, I'm like, is like 30, 40 really cold or just cold? But yeah, it's really cold. So right now, to know the temperatures in Fahrenheit, I have my own system. So if it's 30 below, it's freezing cold. 30 to 40 is cold, like really cold. 40 to 50 is cold. And so forth. So 50 to 60 is cold. And then 60 to 70, it's nice. It's not cold, it's not hot, it's just nice. And then 70 to 80, wow, it's hot. And then 80 to 100, super, super hot. And then 100 plus, super hot, like boiling in the street hot. That's how I comprehend temperatures in English now. So yes, it took me some time to get used to that system. But the rest was easy though. Like miles was easy. So miles is a little bit it's lower than kilometers. What helped you to make phrases? What helped you to make longer phrases in English? Practice. Practice makes it perfect. Not only that, I would force myself to speak a lot and just to make longer sentences. What happens is that I see that among students, especially my students, because if you don't know, I have an English course, I have an English community, and then if you need more information about it, just click on one of the links down below or somewhere around here. But they don't explore what they don't know, and they don't explore what they know. So they are afraid of speaking, and that's why they sometimes take so much time to start developing their own longer phrases, because they don't put themselves out there. They don't risk, they don't challenge themselves. They just keep they stay in their comfort zone, if that makes sense. So when you're speaking in English, it takes a lot of you. It takes, brain power, concentration, focusing memory, muscle memory. And besides all that, you'll also have your nerves, your feelings. And what happens that most of the times when you're not used to speaking English or really not comfortable with speaking English, you become nervous when speaking English. And that nervousness really gets in the way of you speaking better and making longer sentences. So whenever someone asks me something, I just try to give them the complete answer. And what happens with my students that I ask them stuff and they would just give me the short answer. Like they just want to get done with it as fast as they can. And by doing that, they don't explore what they don't know and what they know. And that's why most of the students are unable to make longer and more complex sentences, because they don't risk, they don't challenge themselves, they don't take the opportunity to speak more. They just stay in that comfort zone where they don't feel nervous or they don't feel embarrassed, where they don't make mistakes. But in order to learn English, you gotta make mistakes. So whatever you learn, you really gotta put into practice. So if you don't force yourself to speak more, to make longer sentences, you will never be able to do so. When I was learning English, I was eager to talk to people. I would enjoy every single moment that I had to practice my English and also to improve my communication skills. I made and I still make tons of mistakes, but that's part of life. I was doing an interview yesterday, and I've noticed that the interviewer made a mistake, a grammar mistake. She said she don't instead of she doesn't. So even Native Americans, native speakers make mistakes. And then I think sometimes we get too much in our heads and we impede ourselves from going forward and improving and getting better. So if you were just to get out of your head and speak as much as you can and give longer and more complex answers and make your own complex sentences, I think you would improve so much. But oftentimes during conversation classes on my course, I ask a student something and then he answers me with a short, simple answer. I don't want that. I want more. I want them to experience more and experiment more. I want them to be able to give me longer sentences, and they won't be able to do that unless they start forcing themselves to do so. It is hard for me to make a video only in English. It is hard for me to teach English in English only, but I'm only able to do that now because in the past I was forcing myself. I would watch myself and see, ooh, this is not good. I can improve here. I made a mistake there. I see a pattern. I'm gonna improve. I'm gonna fix this. So I learned by doing it and forcing it, even though I didn't feel comfortable at first. Now, not that it's comfortable, but it's better. It feels better. Okay, so what is the difference between what is the difference in pronunciation between the words tree and three? Okay. Well, people have trouble with the th sound, and I don't blame you because I had my own struggles. I don't think I ever struggled with the th sound, but I did with some other sounds. What happens is that sometimes, again, we don't force ourselves to speak better. We don't pay attention how our mouth is moving or how the sound is pronounced. And we want to speak English as we speak our native language. So in many languages, the th doesn't exist. So that's why some people have really trouble pronouncing that, making that sound. But the difficulty comes when you're just too afraid to try, too lazy to keep trying and, to practice, or you're just too embarrassed to put your tongue in the middle of your teeth. So people think it's weird, people will judge them, right? Whatever. But that's you, my friend. Nobody thinks that, because Putting your th between your teeth, it's normal. Everybody who speaks English does that. Yeah, everybody who speaks English does that. So why are you embarrassed? Because everybody does it. It's normal. Nobody would judge you because it is normal. When I pronounce 3, do you think I look dumb? Do you judge me? No. So why do you think other people would judge you? So all you gotta do is just to get that tongue between your teeth. The TH sound, it's quite simple actually. So what you wanna do, you wanna get the tip of your tongue, just the tip of your tongue, okay? Don't put a lot of tongue there, like, no, that's no need for that. So the tip of your tongue between your teeth, and you're gonna blow air out of your mouth. That's the TH. Okay, your turn. Practice with me. So we can practice this sound with the words bath, or tooth, teeth, faith. And here on the word faith, we can see that we have the f sound, which is the F sound. So if your bottom lips move and touch your upper teeth, that's an F sound. That's not a TH sound. So listen. Even the sound of the air is different. So faith. Some people put the tongue between their teeth, but they don't make the air sound. They remove their tongue before producing the sound, so that is incorrect. You want to have your tongue there and make the sound. Faith, bath, teeth, and tooth. We have another TH sound, which is the voice. It's the sound that we're going to use our vocal cords, and it's present in words such as these and those. The only difference is that you're vibrating your vocal cords. So these or those or the. So you just gotta practice. Don't be shy. What did you do in your hair today? It's amazing. So if you don't know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you don't know that my hair and I are going on a journey. We're trying to find ways that my hair can be healthier in its natural form. So growing up, I've always had wavy hair, but I didn't know how to care for wavy hair. You know, like you would see curly hair having their own techniques, and then wavy hair would fall between, it would fall between straight hair and curly hair. And then most of those who had wavy hair, they would straighten their hair. And that's what I did for years until like 2-3 weeks ago, where I started to live it more natural. So I didn't know that you can actually care for wavy hair and just leave the waves here naturally. And the way that you take care of your hair, it's a bit different, but I'm on a journey. Like today, there's no form. It's just, I don't know, what is this? It's not wavy, not curly, not straight. I don't know what is this. So my hair, it's on its own journey. And thank you so much for your compliment. That makes me happy. So hair, it's such a huge deal for me. Like, I love my hair. I love taking care of my hair. Like, I have so many hair products and I spend so much time and money taking care of my hair. It's insane. Now I'm gonna answer 2 other questions and we're gonna be done with this video. So can you talk about, okay, so she asked, can you talk about routine of study? So she asked that question in English, how to organize the day or the week. Okay, so I wouldn't make my questions like that. I would say, can you talk about study routine? So here I think she translated from Portuguese to English. You're using study as an adjective, so it comes before routine because that's the word it's modifying. So can you talk about study routine? Yes, I can. Study routine is very important if you really want to learn English and you want to learn how to communicate in English. Your study routine shouldn't be only based on watching videos, reading books, and doing exercises. To be able to communicate in English, you also want to include practice in your daily studies. But you gotta be very organized. Have you ever felt like you sat down to study, but you didn't know where to start? And so you spent so much time just trying to figure it out. And at the end of your study time, you felt like you didn't get anything done? That's why, because you haven't done your study routine. So you wanna sit down one day and see what you have planned for the week and those activities and assignments that you cannot miss, such as work or doctor's appointments. Sometimes you have to take your children to school. I don't know. So I advise you to sit down at least like once a week, every Sunday, and just plan out your week. What do? You're gonna see the things that you cannot miss, important activities that you cannot miss. And then you're going to try to fit your study routine, your study time in your calendar. So I suggest you to study in the morning because that's when your brain is so rested and it's ready to receive new information. So if you study at night, more likely you won't be able to absorb and learn anything. So I always tell my students to study in the morning, at the latest in the afternoon, but never at night. Because your brain is already tired and the last thing your brain wants is to study. So of course, if you study at night after a full day of work and activities, your brain won't be able to absorb anything because he's just so tired. He, as in like he, the brain, but the brain, it's just so tired. And then you have to plan out. So, okay, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, if you take my course, if you are in my community, I'm gonna study on the platform. And then after watching the video, I'm gonna make my own dialogue or I'm going to practice the imitation technique. Now, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have practice classes. So I'm gonna schedule my classes for those 2 days. Also, bear in mind that even though you have your study time, which should be around an hour, not less than that, I don't think it's nearly enough, you gotta include English as much as you can in your daily routine. So even though you're not studying, but if you're watching a movie, listening to a podcast, or if you're just on Instagram browsing and are in contact with English, that will help you improve faster. So don't feel that you have to study for 1 hour every day. You study for 1 hour, but then you have more contact with English every day. Your phone should be in English, your computer, everything you do should be in English. So if you want to find a recipe, Google in English, such as chicken pot recipe, So just try to bring English to your daily routine, and I think that will help you a lot. So every Sunday, sit down and see what you can do during the week. And also, if you know me, you already know this, but there aren't days off. So weekends are also included in your study routine. For example, Saturday, I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm gonna study with a movie. To watch a movie, it's not the same as a study with a movie, okay? So when you study with a movie, you're gonna repeat that movie. You're gonna watch that movie over and over again. You're going to be attentive, or you want to be on the lookout for new words and vocabulary, pronunciation, phrases that may be interesting and useful to you. So when you study with a movie, it's totally different from watching a movie, okay? And then on Sundays, if you, again, are in my community, you can study for the debate classes. So everything that you have to do as far as English need to be in your study routine and need to be in your calendar. I highly suggest you that you have a calendar and add your study time there, and don't miss it because it's something important to you. So if you miss it, you're canceling with yourself. Think of that. What do you do on hard days? How do you motivate yourself? And that's actually a very fitting question because just last week I was feeling my lowest. I was at my lowest. I wasn't sure about what I should do as for career. I was very dismotivated. I was very dismotivated. And I don't know, I just felt the weight of the world and my problems on my shoulders, and that made me really, really sad. What I do, I try to find comfort in Heavenly Father. So I try to read the scriptures. I try to study the scriptures. I also sing a lot, and I talk to my therapist, and I sing. I think that just reminding yourself who you are and what you want to become, and just knowing that Heavenly Father knows you personally and He knows the struggles you're facing, and that those struggles are really important for you to grow and for you to learn new lessons, valuable lessons that you need to become a better person or a better professional. Just know that everything is not purposeless. Everything has a purpose, even your struggles, even your problems. So keep in mind that Heavenly Father knows you, He loves you, and everything that is happening to you right now was supposed to happen to you, and it is for a reason. And sometimes too, we put ourselves in those situations, so you just gotta think better and learn from your past mistakes and past choices. So if I know that I did this and it led me to the wrong way, to the wrong direction, now I'm gonna make a better choice and I'm gonna learn from that mistake. I think you should try to find something that makes you feel good, like watch a motivational movie or a video, sing, dance, and remember of the good things that you have right now and what you've accomplished so far and what you need to do to accomplish even more. Some dreams are not easy to achieve, and that's why we struggle so much, because we have high dreams. But don't fool yourself. When you get to that dream, when you reach that dream, it doesn't really mean that's going to be easy. Life, it's not supposed to be easy, and we are supposed to know and to learn how to live our life not being easy. So that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me there. Also subscribe to my channel. Subscribe right now. I need your subscription. And come back for more videos. I post a video every Thursday at 10 a.m. Texas time. I'll see you next. Bye.